Now, this is probably one of the best tablet I have used in 2025, and I can outright recommend to you go and purchase it if you're living in Malaysia like me, or if it's available in your local market. What I'm talking here is the Xiaomi Pad Mini. Yeah, so in this video, I'm going to be doing my review for this tablet. I'll just quickly go through it. I'm not going to go too details because I believe some of you folks might have already read or watched some of the reviews for this tablet. Okay, so I'm not going to waste any more time. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Yakin here from Train Ground. And if you really like all these kind of video review contents and tech gadgets, lifestyle, and so much more, then please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on the social media account, and also head to the website to read all the news article. Now, without further ado, let's start off with the design of this Xiaomi Pad Mini. Now, this tablet, I would have to say, is very easy for one-hand operation use, which they are actually marketing it throughout its launch during in Malaysia. Now, just weigh at 326 grams, I'll definitely have to say this is pretty light, and you don't feel the weight when you're using it during long period of usage. Plus, the thickness is just 6.46 millimeter. I think that's pretty slim. So if you are going to be adding up a case and then the other things like keyboard and so much more, maybe a little bit slightly thicker, but then again, it's very compact. If you want to bring it out for on the go, maybe just for productivity wise or gaming on the go, entertainment on the go, yeah, this thing is just easily to pack into your bag or pouches or whatever is it, and then you just bring it along. One more thing, I just want to highlight, if you see the promotional marketing materials, they show there are two colors offered for the Xiaomi Pad Mini. But for the Malaysian market, if you're living in the same country like me, it's only available gray color at the moment. Yeah, so if you want the lavender purple, I would say you do hang on and stay tuned, because if you head over to Xiaomi Malaysia website and its e-commerce official store, there is an option to choose the lavender purple, but you can't select it. Okay, so something for you to take note. But if you don't mind the classic gray color, then it's pretty much fine. And then we got to talk about the performance on this tablet, which is the most important feature, I think, for most everyone. Powering this tablet is the MediaTek Dimensity 9400 Plus chipset. Now, I'm not going to give you all the benchmark numbers. I think go and watch other creators doing the benchmark numbers, because my style of reviewing, I'm not going to give you hardcore numbers, details by details, but I would definitely be able to tell you that from all the games I have tested out on this tablet, it is tremendously powerful. And for the Malaysia market, we only have the 12 gigs of RAM with 512 gigabytes of internal storage variant. So we can't choose the slightly lower RAM or whatsoever. Okay, so only one option, which I think is a good move. And having that 12 gigs of RAM is truly incredible, especially when you need to power through doing video editing and intensive mobile gaming experience. Now, let's talk about the display and the audio performance on this Xiaomi Pad Mini. First thing out of the bag, I just want to let you all guys to know, this tablet supports Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos out of the box. So you are going to be enjoying fantastic entertainment on the go and experience with the tablet. Okay, so that is very, very important. Now, let's talk about the display first. So for the display over here, we do understand that it is in 8.8 inches. I think if you head to the website, you have already do some research about the tablet itself. Now, the thing I am a little bit curious is like why they actually use IPS LCD for this tablet. But then again, I think about it, it's to have cost saving. Yeah, so that is very, very important. But nonetheless, I still like the display despite its IPS LCD. But another thing that annoys me on the display here is definitely the reflections. You do able to see it's very easy to have reflection on the glass of the screen here. Yeah, but overall, the experience, I like it. It's super smooth as well. Okay, up to 165 hertz refresh rate. I think that's amazing. And then you got a 3K resolution over here, which if you are going to play all the games, you do able to see each details of the pixels are amazing. Seriously, you gotta go and check it out. Okay. And then we have to talk about the audio experience. So here you do able to see there's a stereo speaker setup. I would definitely rate it as acceptable for the audio performances. It's not gonna be a miracle one or whatsoever. It's fairly loud, fairly clear, and the bass is just quite fairly adequate as well. So that is just my point of view. Now I'm going to show you the display and the audio working together. So let's go and check it out. Okay, so I have selected this particular video. There is a reason onto it. Okay, so I'm just showing you volume is max right now. Now, because I actually shot this video in Dolby Vision 4K 60 frames per second. Okay, so now I'm going to show you. I'm selecting in 4K HDR on the tablet. So you do able to watch the video now.
I can accept that.
So we going to check out the audio.
Let me write what is wrong, okay? So in this video, you do able to see it's a proper 120 frames per second. I will not do any changes here. So let's come back here and we're gonna find.
So I think the display and the speaker is quite adequate enough. But if you are planning to like doing a lot of booming music through its speaker, yeah, you might be suffering a little bit because I believe the loudness is just fairly enough. But if you're like going like crossing room to room, yeah, you might not able to hear the speaker too loudly. Next one, let's talk about the cameras on the Xiaomi Pad Mini. So on the rear, it has a 13 megapixel main camera, and on the front, an 8 megapixel selfie shooter. So my only nitpick on the front camera is definitely, firstly, the placement. So if you are doing a lot of online conference call and you're putting the device on the landscape mode like that, okay, so because the camera is placed now on the left side, so most of the time it will be shooting on your a lot to the towards left side of your face. Yeah, so I think that is a little bit it has to depends, but if you are going to be using like that most of the time, yeah, then it's pretty much align centered. So this is just a very minor nitpick. But then again, photos that is delivered by the cameras over here, they are serviceable. Same goes with the videos. Videos on the rear camera, you can shoot up to 4K 30 frames per second. Front camera only can shoot video up to 1080p 30 frames per second. I would love to see it could shoot 4K 30 frames per second, but then again, who actually uses the tablet's camera to do a lot of content? So just some minor nitpicks on the camera department for the Xiaomi Pad Mini. Alright folks, so I'm currently shooting this video with the front-facing camera on the Xiaomi Pad Mini 1080p 30 frames per second. So actually it's quite cloudy if you actually see. Alright, yeah, so you can see it's actually exposing my face more, hence you can see the background, the cloud has been brightened up, okay. Yeah, so To be honest, video quality looks quite nice though. Okay, so this video is being recorded in 4K 30 frames per second on the Xiaomi Pad Mini rear main camera. 4K 30 looks good. Looks good. Okay, so now I'm recording this with the front-facing camera of the Xiaomi Pad Mini in 1080p 30 frames per second, simulating in low light condition. Yeah, this is the video quality. So nothing much to be saying. And also you can't turn on any flash option here, okay, when you're shooting with the front-facing camera. Okay, so same spot, to be honest. I'm not turning on the LED flash. Rear main camera, 4K 30 frames per second. Okay. Yeah, so you do able to see without the LED flash, you really can't see anything much properly. Okay. And when you are recording, you can't turn on the flash, unfortunately. Okay, so this video is being recorded with the rear camera on the Xiaomi Pad Mini with the LED flash being turned on, 4K 30 frames per second. Looks pretty quite good. Yeah.
Final one, let's talk about the battery. So Pad Mini over here is using a 7500 milliamp battery over here. And if you want to charge it, it supports up to 67 watt fast charging over here. And pretty impressive. But the most impressive thing is definitely two USB Type-C charging port on the side here and at the bottom over here. Okay, so that is something I really like, the way Xiaomi has designed for this Pad Mini over here. Very, very positive. Battery life, I would definitely say it's gonna be lasting you like 1 to 3 days of battery life, depending on your usage for sure. But I do wish it could pack in 10,000 milliamp battery over here. Then it will definitely increase the battery life even way more longer, and especially for gamers, you have larger battery means you can game even much more longer period of time. But nonetheless, battery life here is pretty impressive. So we have reached to the final point of this review video. It's time for me to give my final verdict. So for the Malaysian market, if you want to get it right now, it is still ongoing with its launch promo price, which is 1,999 ringgit Malaysia. So during the launch in Malaysia, they say the recommended retail price is 2,299 ringgit Malaysia. They never mention when they are going to convert back to the recommended retail price. So if I were you and you are still looking for a powerful compact tablet right now, act now and go and get it. Okay, seriously, amazing tablet. For recommendation, I would say this is actually very perfect for students, gamers, content creators, productivity user, because you can just do all the stuff on this tablet without any hassle. So this is very, very important. Plus, one-hand operation, I think that is something that most tablets today can't offer you in this compact size and delivering such amazing, strong performance. Okay, so buying recommendation. Outright buy it, put it in your buying list, or forget it. I'll say outright buy it and put it in your buying list. Okay, and then rating. I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. Now there is definitely a lot of pros than cons on this tablet, but I would definitely love to see the next iteration. It will maybe come with an OLED screen, larger battery, maybe quad speakers on this tablet. You know, you name it, I will be nitpicking a lot of things. Maybe have a little bit powerful front-facing camera and so much more. But then again, it will drive up the cost of the tablet. Okay, but I would love to see there are some upgrades onto it for the next iteration. Yeah, so 9 out of 10, I think this is really fantastic tablet to get it. Okay, so with that, I think I'm going to conclude the review for this Xiaomi Pad Mini. It has been long, and once again, Yakin here from Training Ground. I'll catch you guys on the next content. Stay safe, continue watching, and enjoy great lifestyles.